Today I will show you how to make a delicious potato curry with green peas using a homemade spice powder blend that takes any vegetable curry to that ultimate level of yumminess. Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. I am using baby potatoes for this recipe. I boil the potatoes first with the skin on, and once they become fork tender, drain all the water and peel the skin when they will be comfortable enough to handle. These are the other veggies that we need. I will be pureeing the tomatoes, ginger and garlic all together in my blender, and the onions I am going to chop them finely. Blend the jar out and in goes the tomatoes, ginger and garlic. We need a smooth puree like this. Let's first make that aromatic spice powder blend. In your pot, add just a drop of oil and then add about 5 to 6 dry red chillies. Now I am using Kashmiri chillies. You can use any regular dry red chillies, or you can leave out dry red chillies if you dislike that chili heat. Fry them on medium to low heat for a few minutes. Be very careful that the chillies do not become black in color, as then they will get bitter. You just need to fry them a little bit to get rid of any moisture if there is any. Take them out onto a bowl and add another drop of oil to the pot. Next goes in coriander seeds and then cumin seeds. Again, fry the seeds on medium to low heat till they just turn fragrant, but please be mindful that the seeds do not turn too dark in color. I have given all the ingredient proportions in the description box below the video, so please check that out. As soon as you get the smell of those spices, immediately take them out into the bowl. Then you do not need to add any oil for these next set of spices. Black peppercorns, a cinnamon stick which I like breaking up into small pieces so that my grinder blades don't get damaged when I grind the spices. Cloves, green cardamoms and dry bay leaves. Roast the spices on medium-low heat for about a minute or two. And then they join the other spices. Now allow these spices to cool down completely before grinding. My friends, I cannot stress enough how important it is to allow them to cool down. Then put them in a spice grinder and grind to a fine powder. And look at that gorgeous color, my friends, and my whole home is smelling divine. You do not need all of this for today's recipe. I call this spice powder blend as SABJI Masala, where sabji is vegetable. Store this in an airtight container and please keep the lid open for a few minutes if you transfer them directly from your grinder to a jar, just like I am doing. Because the spice powder does get a little warmed up when ground, and if you close the lid of the bottle immediately, then there are possibilities that there will be moisture and the powder will go bad very quickly. If you follow all these tips, the spice powder stays good for a month at room temperature. Or you can also keep it in the refrigerator if you want to store it longer. Okay, add 4 tablespoons of oil in your pot on medium heat. Add a dry bay leaf and a cinnamon stick. Next in line are chopped onions. Add just 1/4 teaspoon of salt and fry the onions on medium heat. Sometimes people think that I add too much salt in every step of my cooking. Actually, it's not that I add a lot each time you see me adding salt. If my recipe calls for a teaspoon of salt, then I distribute salt from that 1 teaspoon measurement and add it in different stages. I like to season as I go, but that doesn't mean I am adding a teaspoon of salt each time you see me adding it. No, that will make the dish too salty. You do not need to brown the onions. When they reach this beautiful pale pinkish color, just add a splash of water to bring down the temperature of the pan and add a teaspoon of turmeric powder. And today I am adding 2 teaspoons of sweet paprika for that red color instead of chili powder. Because the spice powder that we prepared already has chilies added. You can always add some chili powder at the end if you feel like, but at this point, please do not add any. Stir for a minute on low heat. Then the tomato ginger garlic puree enters the pan. Stir it from time to time on medium-low heat till it dries up. See how things are looking dry now? This is exactly what we are looking for. And then, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Potato with all his friends. Add salt and stir for a minute or two. Then from the sabji masala that you made earlier, add about 2 heaped teaspoons of it. Add a splash of water and stir on medium heat for a few minutes. You can use this sabji masala for any vegetable curry. It is really very hard to describe how aromatic this spice blend is, and adding it to any vegetable curry makes it taste very, very delicious. So please try making this. I added a teaspoon of sugar to balance the flavors, but it is totally optional. 3 whole green chillies go in, and then I added about 1.5 cups of hot water. When the gravy comes up to a boil, cover it on medium-low heat for about 10 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, uncover, give a stir to ensure that nothing is sticking to the bottom. Do a taste test at this point and adjust the seasonings. You can add more chili powder if you want more heat. Adjust the salt in case you find it less. And in my case, I felt it needs a little more sugar as it was tasting a bit sour. Again, cover on low heat for 5 more minutes. 5 minutes done, lid off. I used frozen green peas and some chopped coriander leaves. If you plan on using fresh green peas, then add them along with the potatoes in the beginning when you added the potatoes. Discard the bay leaf and cinnamon stick at this point. Next, cover goes on again. Low heat for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, add more of chopped coriander leaves if you like, and enjoy this aromatic deliciousness. It goes very well with puri, paratha, roti, and even plain white rice. And my friends, I'm telling you, that sabji masala will do all the magic, and you can use it for any vegetable curry. Please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.